What's up, you guys? So it's Layla Lynn and I'm back with another video. And it's actually so funny to me. If you look on social media, like the conservatives, and I'm going to just call them conservatives. I don't want to say any names that trigger anything on YouTube. So I'll just say the conservatives are fuming now that they found out that Vice President Kamala Harris and moderator from the debate, Linsey Davis, are sorority sisters. They're both members of AKA Sorority, and the conservatives are mad about it. So we're going to get into that in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and everyone click the thumbs up button. All right, you guys, so most of you know that after the debate, one thing that was trending was the moderator Linsey fact-checking Donald Trump. Y'all can see it on the screen. Like I said, I don't want to trigger anything in this video, but y'all know what he said, the huge lie that he said about abortions in the United States being available in the 9th month and even after birth, terminating the baby. You know, he was spewing some huge lies, and she was the one that fact-checked him live on TV. There was no hesitation, no research needed to be done. She fact-checked him live.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
So she was already trending for that. And then a lot of people were liking her look. Like this person who tweeted, "If I get polled on the debate, I will say Kamala came in a close second to Linsey Davis because her face card did not decline and her suit was demure yet powerful." And them shoulder heads were doing their job. Another person said, "God bless David Muir and Linsey Davis for doing the work. This is how you moderate," because they were very fair moderators. But now other people are finding out that Linsey Davis and Linsey Davis and Kamala Harris are sorority sisters. Like this person tweeted, "Confirmed, ABC's Linsey Davis, who moderated last night's presidential debate, had a major conflict of interest. She's a sorority sister of Kamala Harris and bragged about it on record years ago." This first video is actually AI, so we're going to come back to that in a second, but they showed on the news from the last inauguration when Kamala Harris was inaugurated as the vice president, and Linsey Davis was one of the newscasters covering it, and she explained that her and Kamala are sorority sisters. And you can see even in this video when they pan to her, she has on her green, like her pink and green, she has on her green, and she was explaining how thousands of women around the world today were wearing pearls in honor of their sorority. Someone else, another conservative, tweeted, "Linsey Davis, the quote-unquote moderator of the ABC debate, is actually a sorority sister of Kamala Harris at AKA." They keep saying at AKA like AKA is a place. She said, "This isn't some minor coincidence. It's a massive conflict of interest, orchestrated. Why wasn't this exposed from the start? Why are we only hearing about this now?" And someone else tweeted, "Kamala's tag team partner during the debate, Linsey Davis, was also her sorority sister at AKA." This is just one more example of the administration's crookedness. And so people are trying to explain they're defending them both being in the same sorority. It doesn't mean they actually know each other. So people are defending Kamala Harris and Linsey Davis connection. Like this person who said, "Kamala Harris is 13 years older than Linsey Davis, and there are hundreds of thousands of AKA members across the globe." And someone else tweeted, "AKA is a national sorority with over 360,000 living members. Kamala Harris is 60 and attended Howard, while Linsey Davis is 47 and attended UVA. There is no evidence they have any personal relationship." Because like I showed you, these conservatives keep saying at AKA like they went to the same college, like they're in the same chapter, like they're line sisters or something, and they don't understand that it's a national sorority. And so I want to go back to this video that was posted by Bree Dale. She's a correspondent for the Real Daily Wire, and she's a person, she does media. And she posted this video that I swear is AI. And I'm going to show it to you guys. I swear this video is AI. You can tell by the person's mouth, the way their lips move. And then also like their head never moves but so far. So I want you guys to check it out, but I also want you to listen to what she's saying, because this is how they feel Black people feel. Like this is an imitation of us.
So I'm finding out this morning that one of the moderators, the lady that was up there, is actually Kamala's sorority sister. So you have the sorority sister, and then you have her best friend that is one of the execs So now we know why there was a 3-on-1 debate. So we know that it was a biased debate. No questions asked. So you're celebrating for nothing, because she never did get to her policy. She never answered any questions. They never fact checked her on anything. I want to bring something else to your attention, because a lot of people are distorted in knowing what a real leader is. See, Trump is a real leader. A real leader is not perfect by any means. For my Christians out there, you know David in the Bible wasn't perfect. You know Paul wasn't perfect. Noah wasn't perfect. Solomon wasn't perfect. Abraham wasn't perfect. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. King Cyrus. None of those leaders were perfect, but nonetheless, they were leaders. See, a leader shows up. They don't hide from the people. She's saying that she's a part of the people. Then where were you for 3.5 years? You didn't show up. You didn't show up for the families that was in Afghanistan. You didn't show up. All you did was hid behind the keyboard all weekend and talk about the real leader that showed up. You didn't show up to the border. Trump went to the border, even though he wasn't president. He showed up to the border. And for all you black people out there, she didn't even show up to the NABJ. Trump showed up to the NABJ. You know, so the only leader that's perfect was Jesus Christ. But even back then, in his day, they would have called him an imperfect leader, because he didn't concede to their itching of ears and what they wanted to do. He wasn't all about optics. All he was about his father's business, standing on the truth. That's what Jesus was about. He's the only perfect leader. But you know, Satan, they manipulate you with flattery. That's what Satan does. He makes you, they polish themselves up to deceive you.
It's like they've taken a real person, like they've taken a photograph of a real person, and then they've made it into an avatar. Like they've cloned a real person's voice, and they've made this into an avatar to speak to black people and speak to black women and to convince them to go against Kamala Harris. And that's sad to see. It's so sad to see. That's how mad they are. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the conservatives being so upset that Kamala Harris and Linsey Davis both pledge AKA. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.
Layla, 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 tells it all.